Hey, I'm back. This is Chandler for Melda Production, and I'm going to do another video where I'm going to try to answer someone's question. So someone recently asked me about M-Turbo Reverb and how to do kind of like a duct delay that was a bit distorted. So I'm going to show you how. I actually did it in this song here, and I'm going to kind of reproduce it and hopefully answer the question.
23, we yearn to hear the unseen scars, where technology made us whole.
So I am using MTurboDelay there to create kind of like a delay throw, I guess, here. And so I just have it here on this delay bus, and what I'm using is the tape delay inside MTurboDelay here. And these are the settings. I have the drive up somewhat high, I guess. I'm cutting down on the low end and high end. I have the repeats somewhat low, but you can set that however you want. And I'm using the ducking feature here. So the ducking is kind of a set by ear thing. So depending on your input, you'll have to set that yourself. Also, the release you might want to set yourself. You can kind of set it to wherever you want. But luckily, if you just double click on it, you can set it depending on the tempo of the song, if you like that. So that's sometimes easier. So let me turn all of these off. And what we'll do is we'll just kind of like recreate it. I'll do it directly on the track. Let's see here.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars.
I'll have a doubler on there, but that's okay. We'll leave that there. So let's add MTurboDelay on here. There we go. So here, I think one of the ones they wanted me to do was the BBD, Bucket Brigade Delay. So let's do that. I'll play it just as is.
We yearn to hear the unseen.
Okay, so I don't want it there. Let's set it to straight. Repeats, I'll turn down a little bit. And for this, let's turn the wet all the way up just so we can hear it while we're messing with things.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars.
So the reason I like the BBD delay is just because by itself, it sounds kind of lo-fi as it is. So you don't have to do too much, but we'll go in here and do a little bit more. So I'm going to turn down the highs and the lows. And keep in mind while I'm doing this, the first repeats that come out after I turn this down aren't going to be affected, but you'll hear it in the subsequent ones. So here we go.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars, where technology made us whole.
I'll turn up the lows a little bit, although just the vocal itself doesn't have that many lows, but I'll turn it up a little bit. So there you go. That's getting rid of some of the high end there. And let's move to saturation now. There's different modes you can use. I'll do the soft one first, and we can just turn up the drive to kind of affect this, and I'll let you hear what it does.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars, where technology made us whole. Burning ember in the night, unity in 2024.
Okay, so that's a lot of drive, and I have it on soft mode. You can try the other ones like fold if you want.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars, where technology made us whole.
That's a bit too much for me. I'm going to move it to soft here, and let's move it down. We can find a good, I guess, medium, I guess.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars.
There we go. I'm kind of getting like a telephone effect there. You can move that up or down just to suit whatever you want. And the last thing, let's look at the ducking here. So just listen to this, and we're going to move it down until we get close to what we want, and then we'll try to back it off a little bit.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars, where technology made us whole.
Now, I think that ducking is right. The problem is it seems like it's doing kind of like volumes going up and down. So we don't want to release so fast. So what we're going to do is just set the release to better tempo. So here it is at 100 milliseconds. We can try it here, a 16th note, which is 176 beats per minute. Let's hear that.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars.
That seems okay, but let's do a little bit more. So Instead of that, let's try an eighth note.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars.
That seems all right. Now what we're going to do is just set the wet and dry to whatever we think sounds good.
To hear the unseen scars. Where technology made us whole. Burning ember in the night.
So if I think that's still a little bit too much, what I can do is just turn the delay gain down.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars. Where technology made us whole. Burning ember in the night. Unity in 2024.
So you can set that however you want, depending on what you want. But hopefully that gives you a good idea how you can use this BBD delay. They ask about this one. The other one I showed you how to do it on the tape delay. Had all the information there. It's about the same. You can use the different modes for kind of a little bit different character. And you have the wow and flutter here for the tape delay, if that's what you like. And you still have the ducking and release and everything else I showed you here, like the EQ, etc. But I think they asked me also about the multi-tap. So I'll show you how you can do one of these multi-tapped delays here. So the tabbed one like this. Let's turn off these delays. You can use as many as you want, but I think it'll just be easier if I turn some of these off. Let's turn the auto swell off and we'll do the same thing. Let's turn the wet all the way up.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars.
Oh, let me turn the modulation off too. I don't really want that. So we can do the same thing here. We can cut off the lows and highs.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars. Where technology made us whole. Burning ember in the night.
So that just kind of puts it a little bit further in the back. Now here we can set it to analog, set to lo-fi analog. This gives a little bit more distortion.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars.
They probably say like, I don't hear lots of distortion. So for something like this where we don't have a dry knob, you can take one of these modes here and you can try to just drive it by increasing the input. So I'll turn the output gain down like this much, and let's crank the input gain all the way up, and now we should start hearing some distortion.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars. Where technology made us whole. Burning ember in the night.
Okay, and we can do the same thing with the wet and dry again.
We yearn to hear the unseen scars. Where technology made us whole.
There you go. And now I actually have these set to millisecond values for the times, but of course you can double click it and set it to sync with your project. Unfortunately for the synced or the tab delay, the multi-tap, it doesn't have a ducking feature. So you'll have to set a compressor afterwards to do it, but it's definitely possible. Also, you probably need to set it here on a bus too. You can't set it in line. So not all of them have the ducking feature, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. But as you see, some of them do. I don't know. Do any of the other multi-taps have that? I'm not sure if the other ones have ducking. You usually don't see ducking on multi-tap delays for whatever reason. So you might have to do it manually. Yeah, I don't think any of them have it. But I will show you there are other ones that do have it. Like in here, the alpha delay, it does have a ducker here. The BBD delay, as I showed you, has one. The digital delay also has ducking feature, and the tape delay. You have to look at some of the other ones. Off the top of my head, I don't know that all of them do, but there are other ones here. So if you just need a delay throw, I would recommend using one of those, alpha, BBD, digital, or tape. That should get you to what you want for a delay throw. If you really need to use the multi-tap, I suggest putting a compressor out there, putting the delay or MTurboDelay on a bus, putting a compressor afterwards, and side chaining it. And you can do it that way. But of course, it's more convenient if it's already right in here with like the tape delay. So hopefully that answered your question, and hopefully you like the sound of that. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. Leave me any questions or comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't done that. And check out all the other plugins at meldaproduction.com. Till next time, see you.